Donald Trump is loving his attacks on the NFL and its players because he is appealing to his white base. MSNBC commentator called him a flat-out racist for that. I'm going to play that for you. I was going to play it the last hour. I'm going to play it for you. But even yesterday at a news conference with Spain's prime minister, Trump could not help himself to trash the NFL players' brothers who are protesting police brutality, criminal justice reform, but he doesn't care.
To me, the NFL situation is a very important situation. I've heard that before about was I preoccupied. Not at all. Not at all. I have plenty of time on my hands. All I do is work. And to be honest with you, that's an important function of working. It's called respect for our country. They were fighting for our country. They were fighting for our flag. They were fighting for our national anthem. And for people to disrespect that by kneeling during the playing of our national anthem, I think is disgraceful.
Members of Congress, of course, are standing with these players. Democratic Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee of Houston, she took a knee on the House floor.
I kneel in honor of the First Amendment. I kneel because the flag is a symbol for freedom. I kneel because I'm going to stand against racism. I kneel because I will stand with those young men, and I'll stand with our soldiers, and I'll stand with America because I kneel.
Brooklyn Congressman Hakeem Jeffries also took to the floor on yesterday to attack Trump about athletes taking a knee protesting police brutality.
In this country, the African American community has been forced to endure slavery, rape, kidnap, lynching, Jim Crow segregation, mass incarceration, and a police brutality epidemic that continues to this very day. It was in this context that athletes like Colin Kaepernick bravely chose to kneel down so that others may have the courage to stand up. There are some who have criticized these athletes as unpatriotic, but their actions are uniquely American. Liberty and justice for all is an American value. Equal protection under the law, that's an American value. Freedom of speech and expression, as embedded in the First Amendment, that's an American value. Steph Curry, we have your back. LeBron James, we have your back. Coach Mike Tomlin, we have your back. You stand on the shoulders of giants like Joe Louis, Wilma Rudolph, Jackie Robinson, Jim Brown, Bill Russell, Muhammad Ali, and so many others who throughout the annals of time chose to confront injustice in America to make us a better place. And now you've taken the baton, and thankfully you're doing the same exact thing.
The greatest winner in NBA history, Hall of Famer Bill Russell, is showing his solidarity with protesting athletes. He released this photo yesterday on Twitter. He doesn't even have his photo in the Abbey. He doesn't tweet that much. He's on bended knee wearing his Presidential Medal of Freedom awarded to him by President Barack Obama in 2011. Russell said, quote, "Proud to take a knee and to stand tall against social injustice." Meanwhile, a fire chief in Pennsylvania has been fired for calling Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin a nigger because of the team's decision to stay in the locker room on Sunday during the national anthem. Cecil Volunteer Fire Station Chief Paul Smith posted on Facebook that Coach Tomlin, quote, "just added himself to the list of no good niggers. Yes, I said it." Then, of course, after he got criticized, he apologized, saying, quote, "I'm so embarrassed at this. I want to apologize. I was frustrated and angry at the Steelers not standing for the anthem. This had nothing to do with my fire department. I regret what I said. Now you're fired." That's what Trump always liked to say about y'all. Also, of course, Julius Peppers of the Carolina Panthers, he made clear why he did not take the field, and he is the only Carolina Panthers player to stand up to their owner, Jerry Richardson, and protest.
This wasn't about disrespecting the military, disrespecting the flag, police, first responders, none of that. It wasn't about that. It was about me making a decision as a man on my 2 feet. I don't want to ask nobody else to do anything with me. I just thought it was appropriate to stay in because we know what went on this week with the comments that were made by the president, you know, and I felt like he attacked our brothers, my brothers in the league, so I felt like it was appropriate to stand up with them and sit in the locker room.
Steve Schmidt, who ran John McCain's campaign in 2008, a top Republican strategist, he did not hold back while blasting Trump, but I wonder if he will get attacked as they did Jamel Hill.
I saw a handsome young man on TV, an NFL player. He got a little bit jammed up when the reporter asked him a question, is he a racist? And he didn't want to say it. So let me say it. I want to help him out. He's a racist, okay? You look at that speech in Alabama to an all-white crowd, right? We need to get real about this in this country. The President of the United States goes down there, and he talks about us and those people. He came proverbially as close as you could possibly come to shouting in a rally the N-word. That's what he did down there. I know it, you know it, Harold knows it, we all know it. And for the Republican Party and its leaders, for every decent American, we're coming up on the line where enough's enough.
I talked about Bill Russell. Guess who also has spoken out? Michael Jordan. Yes, that Michael Jordan, the owner of the Charlotte Hornets, had released this statement. He said, one of the fundamental rights this country is founded on was freedom of speech, and we have a long tradition of nonviolent, peaceful protest. Those who exercise the right to peacefully express themselves should not be demonized or ostracized. At a time of increasing divisiveness and hate in this country, we should be looking for ways to work together and support each other and not create more division. I support Commissioner Adam Silver, the NBA, its players, and all those who wish to exercise their right to free speech. Joining us right now is Democratic Congressman from Houston, Al Green. Congressman, how you doing?
Better than I deserve.
So it's quite interesting. And also, Ray, I'm sorry you got 3 alphas on the panel, but you okay at the signal. Congressman, this thing, it is interesting how all these people keep hollering, freedom, freedom, our soldiers, they fought for our freedom. This is one of the freedoms they fought for. It's first for a reason. And I swear, they act as if this doesn't even exist, as if there's some other freedom thing lurking somewhere in the universe.
The flag itself says liberty and justice for all. That's what this is all about. When you take a knee and it's with reference to the flag, you're saluting it. That's just your way of saying that there's more work to be done. But let me mention this. The president took indecency to a new low when he called the mothers of players, these are grown men, the mothers dogs. And then to say SOB means that the son is the son of a dog. In our community, there are lines. That's a line you don't cross. And for this reason, we've got to do more than just talk. Unfortunately, talking has gotten us a lot, but not enough. We've got to make the transition from talking about it to doing something about it. And the one thing that we as members of Congress can do, all 435 of us, we can bring impeachment against the president, and it doesn't have to be for a crime that's been committed.
There are folks who say this is premature, let Robert Mueller's investigation move forward as opposed to pursuing impeachment right now.
The rain begins with a single drop. I'm willing to be that drop. I hope that others will join me, but this is an opportunity for us to do more than talk about a problem that we know is escalating. This is not dissipating. It's time for us to let Trump know that there are some of us who are going to make the record that he has been engaged in dog whistles, race baiting, xenophobia, nativism. This man is unacceptable. He is unfit to be president.
Go ahead.
Congressman,
yes.
Listen, I mean, thank you for always, and you're on the right side of history. What do you say to those folks out there listening, and to folks like me who are concerned about the white Christian nationalist Mike Pence? What happens in the wake of Trump? And what do you say to those folks to kind of help us work through that?
That is a very fair question. Glad you asked. I say to them, this president has an extreme proclivity for impulsivity.
Yes.
You see the war of words he's now engaged in with North Korea. This war of words can escalate into a war that will cause things to happen that even the mind of Dante can't imagine.
Yes, sir.
This is not an opportunity for us to wait until we can get to another election and maybe take them all out. We want to save the world. We literally may be in the business of saving the planet Earth from a nuclear holocaust, something that can divide us forever and kill us all, possibly.
Congressman, you talked about getting all 435 members on board, but we've seen that some Republicans who were never Trump folks in the beginning acquiesced to him once the party and the white nationalist base supported him. How do you think you can get those folks on your side, or do you even think you can?
Well, as I indicated, I'm a majority of one. I will do what I know to be the right thing to do, what my conscience tells me to do. This will be an opportunity for others to do as their consciences dictate. But you've got to start somewhere. The rain begins with a single drop. A storm begins with a single breeze. Fire starts with a single match. This is an opportunity to light the fire, start the storm that can make a difference.
Congressman Al Green, we appreciate it. Thank you so very much.
Weekdays on TV One.
I will never lie to you.
Oh my God.
Roland Martin.
He doesn't want to talk to us. He wants to ignore us.
Uncensored.
Hell no.
That ain't gonna cut it, boo.
Unapologetic.
No, that is fundamentally false. You are wrong.
Unfiltered.
He wants an America where we all look alike. He ain't talking about black people.
Unrelenting.
You better go work out, because you got a fight on your hands.
NewsOne Now with Roland Martin. Weekdays at 7 a.m. on TV One.